Greetings, friends and fellow aliens, and thank you for tuning into this video, which is part 2 of a 5-part thought series, advice and observations from a mature INFJ, which I consider myself to be, to somebody who is younger or is just finding out that they're an INFJ. These were thoughts that I've just had kind of banging around in my head randomly, and when they started to feel like a pattern, I was like, all right, let me just record a few videos and get some of these out in the hopes that they will help some of you. That's all I'm trying to do. Get this to resonate and help you in whatever it is that you're trying to figure out about yourself. In the first video, I'll link it. I'll put it in a playlist, so it's all there. We talked about not being defined by your type, that you can be different things and follow your passions and do the things that you need to do without being labeled a traitor to the INFJ world or whatever else. So my first piece of advice to you was, do you boo? So watch that whole video just to get a handle on what it is I'm trying to communicate here. In this one, part 2, I want to talk a little bit more about the stereotypical INFJ stuff that's out there, including a story about some of my run-ins with some of the stereotyping police out there. They're not type police, they're stereotype police. Let's just call it for what it is. Rule number 2 is just that you can be an INFJ and not be a stereotype. You can be an INFJ and you can look at the INFJ memes and be like, you know, that's not really what I'm like. You can be an INFJ and you can enjoy social situations. You can be an INFJ and you can enjoy the things that you enjoy or do the things that you do that have nothing to do with the way somebody thinks an INFJ acts or behaves. Because people have opinions out there and they mean exactly squat to you. Now, I admit, when I first started this channel and I started talking about INFJ stuff, I had a lot of hate come through the channel. There were a lot of people that were saying all kinds of things to me, saying, you're not an INFJ, you're not a real INFJ, at this moment in this video, that the 14-minute and 36-second mark of your 20-minute video, you use this word instead of this word, which tells me that you're an ENTQ, or what the frick ever. Honestly, these people are just, like I said, and I've said numerous times, they're bottom-feeding douchebags on the internet. They dress up as police and they try to police you, tell you you're not who you are, and all this kind of stuff. And there's a reason for this. Because those people, first of all, their insecurity is outrageous. Second of all, they get this idea that an INFJ is what all the memes on the internet say an INFJ is, without a little bit of critical thinking. That maybe, just maybe, you need to sit down with a person and hear about their life story, their events, the things that they've been through, how they've reacted to situations, how they've acted and reacted in friendships, relationships, family obligations, all these different kinds of things, in order to have an actual picture of what that person is like, how they make decisions, how they perceive things, and how they behave. If you think you can go online and watch somebody for 2 minutes and then say this is what this person is, you're just having fun. But the thing is, people are assholes about it. The stereotypes are there for entertainment. And so please view them as such. Anytime you see a meme come by and it's talking about an INFJ and it's got another picture of Yoda on it, there's something about using the Force and I'm an INFJ and you can't trick me and I can figure everything out. And it's a bunch of garbage and a bunch of bullshit. And there's really just no way. There's no truth to any of it. It's a complete lack of substance on every level in terms of personality and typing. I've said it before on this channel a bunch of times. You're not a Jedi, right? If you're an INFJ, you're not a Jedi. You can't read minds. Even though all the memes are going to tell you that you can't, right? So please understand that those things, those memes, those little pictures that come up, those little sayings, the little quotation that's just with like a nice background that's supposed to be about an INFJ and whatever else, they are pure entertainment and nothing more. They have no weight. They have no substance. There's nothing to them. They have nothing to do with you personally. They have nothing to do with your type. They have nothing to do with your personality. It's all out there perpetuating stereotypes. It's one of the most confusing things about the type police who wander around out there. Now, my story for Type Police is that I found out that I was in something called the personality database. So somebody, I guess, who had some time on their hands came across my dinky ass little channel and decided to put me in this personality database to get people discussing who they think I am, both in Enneagram and both as an INFJ. And sure enough, to my surprise, I go on there and I see some people voting that they think I'm an INFJ and some people voting that they think I'm something else. And then there's a link to some bottom feeding shit channel that nobody's ever going to watch, where somebody basically takes one of my videos and republishes it with laugh tracks in it or whatever else. And it's just stupid. This person doesn't have an actual name on the internet like I do. They're anonymous and they're just firing shots. And it's what they are. These are bottom feeding internet pieces of shit, just trying to steal views from people by using your name. It comes with the territory. I know that I'm publishing things and I'm putting them on the internet. This is the way it works on here, people. I accept it. It's not going to change. The internet is both awesome and terrible at the same time, and it always has been. So my advice to you, younger INFJ, is to not fall into the stereotype behavior. Don't be that stereotype. Don't look at those memes. Don't look at those things and say, oh, this is what I am and this is how I have to behave. And if I'm not this way, then you start questioning it. Like I'm not like these memes say, and like I'm comfortable in social situations. You can be that and still be an INFJ. That's normal. It's part of your personality. I had to train for years. I was running classes in a martial arts dojo. And to do that, I had to stand in front of people and I had to talk to them and I had to instruct. Now, I'm an INFJ. Doesn't mean I'm incapable of talking to a group of people and being comfortable doing so. I have other things that are going on that are very INFJ-y. INFJ-y? That sounds weird. INFJ-y. Anyway, I have other things going on that definitely are aspects of myself that I like to work on. That just happens to be one that I've trained out of myself through practice, which is what you can do. You're a human being. You grow. You learn about yourself. You figure shit out and you make positive changes. I'm not going to apologize because I did that. And I wasn't just this squirmy little worm of an INFJ who's just sitting in a corner all insecure and terrified because everybody in the world has just decided to all hurt me at the same time. See what I'm saying? That's the stereotype. That's not who you are. That's not who any of us are. And treat that for what it is. Trash. I want to talk a little bit more about this in the third video coming up next, which is you can be an INFJ and be totally comfortable in social situations. I'd like to talk a little bit more in depth about some of your functions and how that applies to that whole theme. So if you watch video 1 and you've watched video 2, please know video 3 is coming or it's already out there. It depends on when you're watching this. I have no idea, but I appreciate you and I appreciate you being here for the conversation. And please, let's make this a conversation. Say what you want in the comments down below. Agree or disagree, doesn't matter. Let's just talk about it. And that's fine. If you would like to support this channel, you can do so. Please buy my book. It's on Amazon. It's got a bunch of real positive reviews. I'm at like 4.5 stars, over 130 reviews, and people are really liking it. And I just wanted to keep getting that kind of traction and keep the good vibes going. So you can support me that way. Please subscribe to the other channels that you see down below there. Jacqueline and I have a channel together. Obviously subscribe to her channel, especially if you like plant stuff. It's a thing. We like our plants around here. And thank you for watching this one, for tuning in. I love you. I truly do. And I'm glad that we're here for this conversation. I'm glad that you're sticking with me and joining me on this channel for some of the thoughts that I feel like getting out there. So thank you, and I will see you on the next video.